Hi gaming fans, so today we're going retro, so let's jump straight into it. Don't forget every key in the video today. There are links in the description below for the best place to get those gaming products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Hi gamers, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing something a little bit retro because we've been doing a lot of PS5 lately. Don't worry, there's more PS5 content coming up. This is just for the retro gamers out there that have requested some more retro content. So today we're going to be checking out the Atari 8-bit and we'll be looking at some of my favourite games on the Atari 8-bit and what I think you need to play. So let's dive straight into it. Okay gamers, so I'm going to be starting with a classic from 1987. Let's see if you can guess what it is. Now this was a classic in its own right, and you could, with this game you could play 2 players or you could even play against the computer. So let's push start and see what it is. That's right guys, it's a Ball Blazer. Now this was a classic that came out in 1987. It was a big hit on the Atari 8-bit. So 1 minute game and let's go into it. Okay, so I'm on the bottom and I've got to get that ball and try and get it in the goal. Now the idea of the game is to get the goals from moving. Okay, so we grab the ball again. And we're not losing, we're 2 up. So he's trying to defend us. There's the game, there's the ball, there's the goal, and fire, and we're 2 up again. So we need 1 more to win. So it's basically you run on a chessboard, and if you hit him side on, you can get the ball off him. You can get the ball, push it, you can literally push it in the goals if you were good, but you pull back so he didn't get hold of it, and pull forward again. Here we go, trying to find the goal. You've got to watch him because he's going to come at the side like he is, and he's going to try and get rid of that ball. And the idea was to get all of those circles coated in. So we only need 4 more goals and we've won. The further away you was from the goal you could score. Whoop. There you go, so we've got another 2, so 2 more to go and we should win this one. There's only 10 seconds to go, so he's got 10 seconds to fight back, and we've got to get that ball coming from the side. No, it doesn't look like we're going to do it, and that's time up. So in that round I think we won. As you can see, it was a great game back in 1987. This was a classic game that I used to play for hours on end on the Atari 800 and the 800 XL, and it was available on cartridge as well as disc, depending what version you wanted. Right, so let's dive into our second classic. Now this was Bounty Bob. You call it Bounty Bob, it's minor 2049er, and the reason it's called Bounty Bob is the follow-up was Bounty Bob Strikes Back. This was the first platform game I ever played on the Atari 8-bit, and it was absolutely awesome. So let's jump in with level 1 and do some gameplay. So what you'd have is these 2, I don't know what you call them, like floating cabbages. And the only way to kill them was to collect one of these, and they would change green, and you'd have to run across really quick to kill them. Now you wouldn't jump up and collect them all, because what you'd want is you'd want to save some, because if you picked them all up you wouldn't be able to kill the cabbages. So you go across. The idea was to get all that coloured in, covered up. I think if I remember rightly it was 2 back and jump. There we go, good memory. Okay, so long as you didn't drop too far, then you would win. Now when you jumped up you'd have to walk back over that centre bit because it wouldn't cover. So what I'd do is collect that, get that one, jump and get that one, and away you go. So it's pretty, I wouldn't say easy, it was a learning curve on how to play platform games back in the day, but this is a massive hit for the 8-bit users back in the day. And that's level 1. So we just jump into level 2, which isn't too bad. So you want to kill these first because these are at the bottom. When you come down them slides they will kill you if they're still like cabbages, and you'd have to jump, colour that in so you go down the slide. So the idea was to get all the centre and all those platforms covered in. Now to get him, you kill him so you don't killed when you come down. Now you jump across, you end up down the slide. So it was quite a tedious game, to say the least, but you could spend many hours playing on it. And the great thing about it was on cartridge. For what I remember rightly, I'm not too sure if you get this on disc, but you could spend many hours. And from what I remember, I think there's around 10 levels. There was cheat codes to get to all the levels. So I think, if I remember rightly, I think you typed in the password, which was the phone number of the company that made this at the beginning of the program, and you could cheat and basically select any level that you wanted by just typing in that number on your keyboard. So just get this covered, and then it's time to go down and finish it off. And that was just a bit of gameplay from Miner 2049er. So we'll jump into our next recommended game for the Atari 8-bit. Right, so the next classic we're going to jump into, and this should boot up pretty quick, and I can see a lot of people out there are going to appreciate that this is a classic. And this came out in 1984, and there was a follow-up to this game, and you'll see what it is in a second. So this game was released by First Star Game, and it was in 1984, and as you can see, it's Boulder Dash. Now there was a follow-up, Boulder Dash 2. I think Boulder Dash 2 is the better version. Comment down below if you preferred Boulder Dash 1. But the idea of the game was to collect as many diamonds as you could in each level and escape that level through a little porthole. And in we go. We should appear any second. There we go. So we did like this little ant bug thing. Now if you got trapped, you could push that out the way so long as there's free space. You could also, if I remember rightly, yeah, there you go. So if we push our button and push left or right, it will eat a space. So if you wanted that to drop, you could hold, stay there so it didn't fall on you, push, and it would drop. You see those drop, collect all the diamonds. Now you need a certain amount, so we need exactly what it says up there. So we need 10 more diamonds, I think it says. Maybe not. 30, 40. But the idea was, when you got enough diamonds, oh, we need 12, there you go. So we need 2 more diamonds, and then it should flash. 1 more to go. There you go. So that means our porthole's open. But what you can do is these diamonds can fall through. Whoa, and we're dead. So we got our 12, and we died trying to be too cocky. So we'll go again. But the more diamonds you could get, the more points you got. So we just grab our minimum diamonds first. Ooh, and you've got to be very, very quick. So you can see our porthole was over there to the right. Now some of these mazes are quite complicated, and we're dead again. As you can see, after 20 years, I'm not that good. I used to be a natural at this. But I think this is a game that Atari Age could port to the Atari Jaguar. So from what I can remember, the ST did have a version of this. So this could be ported. And I think it would be a great accomplishment to port this over to the Jag. So I've died again. What I'll do is I'll jump into Boulder Dash 2. I think Boulder Dash 2 is a little bit easier. So we'll jump straight into Boulder Dash 2. And this is loading off disk again. It's been originally transferred back onto a floppy drive because I love the sound of the floppy drive, and I think Boulder Dash 2 was just a fantastic addition, and it was 1985, so it came out a year later than Boulder Dash 1. Now here we go. Let's do that. Oh, okay, we want him to come out, so just open that. Whoa, too early. So we'll just try again. As you can see, I'm totally crap at it when I'm trying to film myself on camera. It's a bit like when I try and live stream on the PS5. Playability is horrendous. Woo, there we go, we've dropped 2. So now we want to try and keep this one, so we'll move that, and he will follow. So we want to keep that one there, and he should follow. So if we run up and then move. Oh, I missed him. Got him. So you can see it was quite hard to get them. So if he comes now, we can drop this as soon as he comes up. There we go, get him straight away. Now, is there a third one we can use? Maybe. Let's have a look. Oh, no, this is the fourth one. So work your way across and then we'd run. That would block you. You've got to block your entrance, so he can't come through until we're ready for him. Because what we want him to do, if I remember rightly, is blow a hole in something. So we go across there, down. You can see he can't get through. Yeah, right, so that was why we wanted him. And I think I've trapped myself. I've trapped myself. We wanted him to blow a hole in that wall. Right, so we're starting again. So I'm just going to push that up. I want him to drop. Stay out of the way. Then the second one. Here we go. Drop. Got him. Drop that. So what we want is him to get killed. So move across. Very, very quick, very, very skilled. Now what we want is the third or fourth one, should I say, to blow a hole for us. So we're just going to push across. Now, that should seal, stop him following us. You can see our porthole's there, just down there. So what we've got to do is clear a space, like so. Oh, right, how am I going to do this? So, wherever this is going to work, there we go. So we want that. Now this is a bit of skill. So push up, and then what he'll do is he'll come round now. So you just wait for him, and we want him to blow a hole in this wall for us to get through to get those diamonds. So he's going across there to the left. He should come back across in a second. Here he comes. And there you go. So there's a lot of thinking in this game on what to do and how to do it. Now, if I remember rightly, when you get your 15 on this one, these should drop through that wall. So if I go through now, they should drop through the wall and turn to diamonds and give us our 15. Now if you want to be really brave, you can try and push it. The more rocks went through there, so the rocks would turn to diamonds and the diamonds would turn to rocks. So you make sure you get all the diamonds. There you go. So we are clear to go. So we just grab those, and then this will take you straight through to the next level. And there you go. That's Boulder Dash 2. So this one was quite tricky because what happened is this slime would release. So what you'd have to do, because you'd want quite a few diamonds, was you'd release that one, move across, block it in, because you couldn't get past the boulders. So what would happen is we'd release both ends and it just seal, and then we'd have to wait for that slime to get to the end. Across, let that drop, and we just wait here, and I'll speed this up via time lapse, but that will change. So then we just wait down the bottom and all that slime would turn to diamonds. Now if he stood there too long, he would start tapping his foot, as you can see, which is quite ingenious. And you can see they've turned to diamonds now. So what you do is release them and then stand out the way. Release that one, stand out the way. Release that one and get out the way. And if we go up the top, you'll see they've all turned to diamonds. but the idea was to get all the diamonds. You could push that, so you'd push across, press your button, there you go, and you can collect these diamonds here. And just remember that that boulder would fall. Now if you run across, collect those. Now we need 75 diamonds in total. So go across here. And we need some more. So you could grab these, but what you have to be aware of is those boulders would fall. So to be very clever when you worked out, see, so you push it, push down, won't go anymore. Can't go in that one, so now we go down the bottom and collect them all. We just need another 30 diamonds. That was a fault. I don't know why it always did that. You'd always get that interference in this game, and I'm not too sure why. I mean, it's not running on an aerial, this is running on a SCART lead. So here we've got to be very quick, so push and run. As you can see, there's a chance of getting crushed. Now, let's get our 75, we're pretty close. Stay out of the way. Ooh. And how far away? We need another 3. And the idea was not to get trapped. There you go. So it's flash. So now, if you want to collect all the diamonds, you can. But our escape is there. So it was pretty simplistic back in the day. So you can see the mazes get a lot more complicated as you go. There's more with slime in more levels, harder levels. And like I said before, this could be a fantastic game for the Atari Jaguar to be ported across, and there was an ST version, so I think Atari Age could do that. It's just asking the right people nicely whether they would do that, and I think it would be a great addition to have on the Jag, because I think this is a game that would have worked really, really well. And finally, Mario Brothers. Now this is the XE version. This was out in 1988. You can see the graphics were pretty good for 1988, and you got a nice Nintendo game on the Atari, and the 8-bit graphics were fantastic for the day. And here we go. Now what you could do, I'm not really good at this, so if you press the power button, they would bounce upside down. Now you'd have to be really quick. Get up there, kick them off, collect the coins, and it was just amazing to have Nintendo jump on board with these games back in the 80s. So Atari had got some great games coming through with the 8-bit system, but you can see we've got another classic on the Atari 8-bit from 1988. Now don't forget, if you use the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get those gaming products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Right, so I hope you retro fans enjoyed that look back on 5, and I couldn't really say 5 of my top games, because I haven't really got 5 top games that I play on the Atari 8-bit. There are endless amounts of games for it. To name but a few, Blue Max was one of my favourites, O'Reilly's Mine. Didn't want to make this video too long by diving into those. We can dive into those at some point. If there's a game you want me to show on the Atari 8-bit, make sure you comment down below. Tell me what your favourite game is. I should have it. If I haven't got it, I can get it. And I will put a link down below to Atari Age. Now they have a fantastic source of coding for the older games. They are all sourced. They're trying to make these games still available, which you can download and then convert them to run on your Atari 8-bit. You can even transfer them onto disk, as I've done with some of the games I couldn't get hold of. They're trying to keep this library alive, and it is worth keeping this library alive, because the games back in the 80s for the 8-bit were fantastic. And I know that there is a version of Prince of Persia coming up, or should I say Prince of Persia coming up for the Atari 8-bit and the graphics on it look fantastic for a system of that age. But I'll put a link to the video that I saw, so make sure you check out that Prince of Persia video. More retro and more PS5 content to come, and more game reviews on all the consoles across the board that I've got. Now, for those of you, this is the first video you've seen. If you want to check out my Atari 130XE, I'll put a link to this video, and if you want to check out the Atari Jaguar and I did an unboxing of that, check out this video. So happy gaming, and I'll catch you in the next one.